All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are getting ready for the U12 Mixed Division Championship match. We've got Nolan at Randisi. Nolan's undefeated coming into this match. And he's going to be battling Ellie Murray. Ellie Murray coming off of a couple of close wins, as she suffered a loss in round one. Won her matches against Christopher Thomas in round two. And Vincenzo Pacillo in round three to advance to this championship match. Now, Ellie is going to have to win twice. So it's a double elimination format. Randisi yet to lose. And you can see the crowd starting to filter in. Hi, Mom. Here I am in the booth. But as this U12 Mixed Championship getting ready to get underway. $500 on top for the winner of the U12 Mixed. $275 in scholarship money for second place. And these young players have handled the pressure of the weekend well. They bowled 5 games of qualifying either Friday or Saturday before advancing to this championship match. And this is a fresh application of the 43-foot PB3 tournament pattern, 29 milliliters in the pattern. Overall, 4-to-1 ratio outside, couple of boards to the inside 4, middle 4. But in the track area, most of these bows are playing, that's only a 1.67-to-1 ratio. So it's a fresh application. You see these young players going through practice, trying to figure it out. They got about 1:40 seconds left. There you see Parker giving some words of encouragement to both young players. As the higher seed Randisi will have lane choice to start the match. So it's a 2-game total pin match. So if Randisi starts on lane 3 in game 1, he would finish on lane 3 before Ellie Murray in game 2. So thanks for joining us. I'm $2 Phil Brillo. Been here all weekend. Looking forward to crowning 5 champions today. This is the first of 5 champion matches. We have the U15 girls coming up next, followed by the U15 boys. And then we'll have the U18 girls and the U18 boys will be wrapping up the champions to be crowned here inside of River Rates. What a beautiful facility we have. These players bowl in, so. Appreciate everyone joining us. Do us a favor, if you're watching us right now on YouTube, obviously, best way you can share is click on share if you're watching us on the app or if you're watching us wherever you may be.
Hey, everybody. This is our title match for the U12 division between Ellie Murray and our tournament leader, undefeated so far, Nolan Randisi. So the two of them are going to bowl a 2-game total wood match right now. If Nolan gets beat the first match, there will be a second match behind that on the same pair. Okay? Nolan has decided he's going to start on the left lane, but the winner will receive $500 in scholarship, and also the bowling ball, compliments of KR Industries. That being said, if you know friends and family that want to tune in, please tell them to go to Parker Bohn YouTube, and they can follow Parker Bohn's Scholarship Tournament YouTube, and they can follow everything live as it's going on right now. So, if you two competitors don't mind, shake hands, and let's get things underway. And good luck. Give them a nice round of applause, everyone.
And we are underway. Nolan Randisi going to be starting things off here. On our U12 mixed championship. Dead money flush. The first frame for Randisi. Now our first peek at Ellie Kate Murray. And she scrambles it up. No fear for these players this afternoon inside of Rev Rates. And yeah, there's a few U15, U18 players that may have already been eliminated, or they are on a break. They're re-oiling the main section here right now. Inside of Howell lanes for further match play competition for these players. And for the double, no, the 6-pin says, not this time. I'm not going to do my job. I think Ellie Kate Murray is going to be really solid on her spares this match. She barely escaped her last match over Vincenzo Piccillo, even after missing 3 consecutive single pins. And of course, there's no such thing as a commentator jinx. But unfortunately, for Murray, she misses that 10-pin. Look at that follow through, aggressive all the way through that shot for Randisi, and unfortunately a little too aggressive. As Randisi finds himself looking at the 1-2-4. I just love how much power for both these players. A lot of power, a small package. I know it sounds cliche, but it's honestly the truth. I mean, you get young players now that have these rev rates in the 400 range, already at an age of less than 12. And it's just a matter of now. I mean, they just need to grow into ball weight. I know Ellie Kate's throwing 12. I'd have to get the information on Randisi. The way that ball looks like when it hits, I would think that Randisi's either throwing 12, maybe 13 pounds tops. Watch these young players take their time in the setup. Get aggressive to the line, accelerate on that follow through. Unfortunately, a little too much acceleration there for Randisi as he finds himself missing the head pin left, leaving the 1-3. And just so everyone's aware, our commentary booth, we're literally right behind lane 4. So as you see, Randisi, assuming that's his father, we really get a lot of chance to get some biography on these players, and I apologize for that, but it is a long, busy day here to cap off a long, busy weekend, but so much scholarship might be awarded, over $25,000 altogether. These young players are taking home on the weekend. And there's the cover for Randisi. And now back to Ellie Kate Murray. You see, already learning to keep that shoulder low, keep her relaxed. Is he going to bounce all the way back? Almost got there, but now, you know, here's one of those spares. You look at the ball weight that these players use, and having 12-pound equipment, you're going to be dealing with some deflection. So she's going to have to really be right on top. It slides behind. And joining me in the booth is the namesake of this tournament, Parker Bohn III. Parker, man, I am so glad the U12 mixed is back for a second year, and I'm really glad this year because, like, watching the talent level just go like up immensely.
The next level of bowlers here. I mean, look at it. Both of them are two-handed.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at Ellie Kate from the front. I mean, everything's in the right position. Big break, maybe. Yes. Gets them all to fall.
And the crowd responds.
That's a nice crowd we have. I mean, look at the crowd we have in here already. It's a beautiful day here inside Howell. It might not be beautiful outside with the rain, but who cares?
These people are here to bowl.
Yeah.
And if they're not here to bowl personally, they're here to root their family on or their friends.
Yes, indeed.
And it's really, really cool.
So Randisi undefeated in match play to this point. So he's got to match the spare. I'm sure he doesn't want that. I'm sure he'd rather just take care of business here in his first two games. And you got to take the good with the bad. And sometimes with these lighter weight bowling balls, they get a little wider pocket if they make a mistake on the crossover side because the ball deflects so much. For a right-hander, everything goes to the right.
It sure does.
Well,
and with the two-handed bowlers, the angle of entry that they can create, when their ball starts to go that way, if it gets a piece of that one in the front, it's amazing the way that they start to mix around.
Yeah. It was fun watching Ellie Kate try to wheel. I mean, she wasn't trying to wheel lane. She was wheeling the lane out there during match play.
Phil, I don't wheel the lane anywhere like that.
Nope. Another break. Almost got the roller.
Well, Nolan does a lot of bowling, and if you look at his reaction, you know, most bowlers his age are going to be happy with just getting 9 or a strike, obviously, any way that they all fall down. But he understands the game at a whole nother level. So he understands he wants to try to get it to the pocket. So if you look at his reaction, even though he struck the shot before and went Brooklyn, or that one there went through the nose, and he got fortunate to leave just a 3-pin, he's not happy with the overall shot that he made.
Right. But he does make the smart move. Goes back to the plastic ball. For the spare attempt. Take the lane out of play.
Did it perfectly. Might want to teach 1 or 2 guys on tour how to do that one.
Yeah. Wait, guys on tour miss spares?
Well,
yeah,
we won't count those.
How about Jesper Svensson this year, though? Missed 3 spares, 3 single pin spares the entire season out of 400-plus games.
It is pretty amazing. Well, when you're at that level, you're supposed to make sure you fill frames.
Yep. Oh, and that one, you just tell she was a little tentative on release.
Yeah, she wants to give it a little bit more room, but I think in practice she threw 1 or 2 out there, and, well, they kind of wiggled a little bit. So, you know, even for little Miss Ellie, subconsciously, she knows she doesn't want to get it too wide, but, well, you don't want to get it too far in either because then the ball won't hook back.
And you see the little eye roll on the way back.
Yeah.
And another open, 65 in the 5th. She's got herself down by a bunch early, but she's not pouting. She's staying composed and knows focus is key.
She might be down by a bunch, but I'm going to tell you right now, she's not bowling for the title because she's afraid to strike.
Right.
And if she gets on a little bit of a roll and starts figuring out how to knock some pins over, you know, in 1 or 2 unfortunate circumstances happen for Nolan. The next thing you know, a substantial lead for Nolan could be cut down to literally 10 pins, and they're both going, ooh, wait a minute, this is anybody's match.
Let's see if she can give this a ride. And unfortunately for Ellie Kate, we've got ourselves an open frame.
Yeah, not exactly the 2 frames she wanted to get up there and go with at that point. from Nolan's standpoint right now, I know he wants to get it to the pocket, but just keep filling frames for him.
Is that finger holes that he's rolling over?
That is
right
the
now?
finger holes he's going right over. Nolan not using any thumb, obviously, so there's only 2 holes in the ball, and he's got a lot of forward roll going on there where it's lump, 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 going down the lane. But certainly effective as he trips the 4-pin and puts another strike on the board. And what you can kind of see is his hand gesture there at the foul line. He's got his hand off to the side because he knows it's going to get to the pocket that time.
It's pretty interesting how these young players have really learned how to read ball motion at such an early age. Ooh, and as you said, sometimes it just takes the one break.
Yeah, goes Brooklyn that time, leaves 5-10, but it would not surprise me at all if his ball hits the left side of that 5-pin in some way, shape, or form. I don't think he's just going to be complacent just getting a 5-pin. He's going to try to line up here where he's going to give it a little bit of a go.
Well, these kids are familiar with momentum and making a change. And
I must have jinxed him.
The old commentator curse.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. But it's
I not only have done it, but I've had it done to me.
right now, if Ellie Kate can get a mark here, she'll get herself back within 30 pins or so.
Ball really hooked sharp on the back end, leaving the 3-6-9 there. Not exactly the easiest spare, but I don't think that's going to really bother her.
I need to find out when she's done if she actually plans on color coordinating the bow in her hair and her skirt. I think she had a white skirt and a bow yesterday, and and sometimes spare shooting can get a little interesting when they're bowling on tougher patterns because the balls, even the spare balls, react different than what they would do on a normal house pattern.
Correct. On a normal house pattern, that ball would cut back sharp. I say easily hitting the one in the front. Whether it makes it or not is another story. But it's definitely going to turn over quite a bit on the back end.
Yikes. I don't want to say world of hurt right now for Ellie Kate, but...
No, but if you watch the way that she's just gone about her last 3 frames, she's thrown 3 different bowling balls. And I don't believe she's throwing them aimlessly. I think she's throwing them with the intent that she's looking for that right ball that's actually going to pick up on a lane in a really good, positive way. So, fishing around, yes. Unfortunately, the open frames are not helping the cause right now, but we'll just have to see how that all unfolds as we roll along.
One thing for these young players, too, I mean, we talk ball weight. Sometimes they don't get the carry, obviously, that 14, 15, 16-pounders get. But because of that, sometimes at this level, 3-baggers are like 5-baggers or 6-baggers in other levels of competition because it's just tough for these young players to carry consistently.
Correct.
Because of the ball weight. And, that was just a little unusual. Gets the 2 to go. And take the 5.
Actually, that was a pretty good fortunate break at that point. Shooting the 4-5-8 is not exactly the common everyday leave.
I left the lefty version at the 5-6-9. I did leave once in my life and pick it up, so it's the only spare I am 100% on in my career. And I am darn proud of that. Oh, and that's where the hook.
That's where the hook got the best of him that time. Makes a pretty good effort at it. Ball gets right over, hits the one in the front, pretty solid, but takes the 4-pin straight back.
Still right now, 43 pins the advantage with 2 games to go here in game 1. 2 frames to go in game 1. Second game coming up. This is 2 games total pins to make up a match. And if Nolan Randisi wins, he takes home the title. If Ellie Kate wins this match, we go to the tiebreaker match. That needs help. That's a lot of 7.
That is a lot of 7. And the fact that he didn't leave a washout is actually more the bonus. the three he's got standing are all there together, and hopefully he can avoid a chop, fill the frame, and gladly at that point, I think Nolan's just going to move along.
Yeah. Give you a little different look at the spare shot. And picks it up nicely.
Good spare. Picks it up exactly the way you're supposed to. Ellie's got her hand out for 5, and Nolan just kept walking right off on the side of the lane there.
Well, I don't think it was bad sportsmanship.
No,
Little focus.
He's all focus. Yeah. That young man is all business when it comes to knocking over 10 pins.
Get a bounce. Oh, and you just mentioned the break one player gets for Nolan.
Correct. And it happens that fast, too, you know. She relatively hit very close to the same spot that Nolan did. But Nolan was coming in a little bit more off to the right, and fortunately the 6 pin was able to take out the 10, where she threw it out there and her ball just kept right on sailing.
No break on the spare.
No.
And she's got to find something quick. I'd use this 10 frame and just go with the ball that got you through qualifying yesterday. Start with that. I mean, what do you do when all of a sudden in the middle of the tournament, all of a sudden everything you had prior just kind of went away? Do you go back to your benchmark?
Well, you got to go back to benchmark. You got to get to figure out the lane from reality. You know, sometimes taking a step or two back and a deep breath. And it may take more than one deep breath, but you got to do that to try to get up there and make a much better pass at it so that you can understand the lane again.
Yeah, and right now she needs to find something that gets her 9, because her average the last 5 frames is about 6.4.
Yeah,
counts.
It's really unfortunate. She goes through the nose again. Small chance here. She goes through the nose, leaves a 3, 6, 7, 10 again on that same lane that she left it on earlier. So, you know, just things are not quite going where she can understand them. If I had to take a guess, it's strictly a guess because I don't know her exact games, but that could be one of her, let's say, saddest games of the week.
Could be.
And she's not happy about that, but I expect her to bounce back and bowl a lot healthier come game 2. We'll just see how things unfold.
Oh, and the wrap 10 and a quality toss by Randisi.
That was a pretty good shot right there.
I just love you can follow his rev rate by the finger holes. You kind of like do the math in your head and you go like, this kid's like almost a 400 rev rate already, and he's not even 12.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, well, hey, right there with you. If I had a 120-foot lane, I could get to a 400 rev rate.
I still may not get there.
And you see a lot of the players learning that end over end or even a backup roll on a bowling ball can really help improve the spare game. There's so many of these two-handers nowadays that can use all 40 boards of the lane. It's scary.
Well, they're learning how to do that. And they're learning that, obviously, it starts with the greatest players in the world, because when they watch somebody else do it, regardless on the men's tour or ladies tour, I'm going to say that honestly, but when they watch somebody else do it, they go, well, God, I think I'm going to try that. You know, sometimes they try it a little haphazardly, but sometimes they're trying it because they've actually figured something out to improve their score. As Nolan leaves 2-4-5 for a final score of 171.
So 62 pins the advantage. And Ellie Kate will start on lane 3 as she sneaks her way.
Yeah, she gets right through there.
She got right through. No problem.
Yeah, I'm not going to squeeze through there anymore. I'm going to go around the back.
Right. Just love the way she could hold that pose all afternoon long.
She gets to the line so solid. When she gets a little bit more ball speed, watch out, folks.
I know, talking to her mom last night, she's throwing 12 pounds right now. She can't wait to get into a 13-pound piece of equipment soon, just to help a little bit more in carry. And then when they get into the 14s, then, you know, sometimes they're fighting that small pocket, which is what I think she's doing right now. You have a smaller pocket with a lighter weight ball, so when you don't have to fight the smaller pocket, then things get a little bit easier on the arm swing.
Right, right. Well, like you alluded to earlier, you know, she's getting a lot of 6s and 7s right now. If she figures out some way, or once she goes a little heavier, eventually, when that ball gets a piece of the one in the front and starts mixing them around, those 6s and 7s are easily going to start turning into 8s and 9s, if not strikes. Nolan a little bit wide right there. Little change of events.
Yeah.
Wash out for him.
What's the biggest advantage you ever come back in, like the Masters or the Senior, the biggest disadvantage you come in? Like we saw Andrew Anderson 1 year come back from 100 after one game and win a match at the USBC Masters.
I would something maybe 60 or 70. I don't think I've ever had an absorbent one where it's been 100 pins, you know, or more at that point.
Right.
Some of the matches I've watched through the years, it's amazing. Even when a player's up 100 going into the last game, and you look at it and go, "Oh, well, this match is over," or "I've got it," and the next thing you watch it, come the 9th frame, that player that was up by 100 now is even, and it's like, what just happened here?
Right.
So for me, I'd say 60 or 70, but that didn't mean I'd give up when I was down 100 neither.
Oh my. Mr. Momentum is possibly making a swing back.
Could be, especially if Miss Ellie gets up there and happens to get a strike on the board, and you never know what that could turn into.
Do the smart thing.
How about make it?
I thought that was just going to get a lot more of the 4-pin. Proved me wrong. Heck of a toss there by Randisi on the spare.
Do the smart thing. Are you kidding? He's going for everything.
I'm sorry I ever doubted Mr. Randisi on that spare. He can hold that against me the rest of my broadcasting career.
Well, let's see what Miss Ellie can get up here in the second frame. That should get the one in the front. Well, she got 8 that time.
Yeah, you could just see she thought she threw it better because you saw the fist pump go down. And the ball went through the pins. But yeah.
Well, she's a competitor, and I can't fault her for that. Yeah. She wants to try to figure out how to knock them all over.
I'll tell you what, there were so many matches going on out in the main bay here at Howell Lanes this morning, and I just kept watching the U12 matches because almost every one of them came down to the 10th frame of the second game.
Isn't it funny?
The winner. Oh, it was phenomenal. Bowling does not need to be 279 to 259 to be exciting. Watching these U12 mixed players this morning, they were the best matches in the house by far.
It's another decent one for
ball weight.
Ball weight. Absolutely ball weight.
I would love to see on Specto for some of these young players how close they are with targeting and that from shot to shot. I bet you probably within 2 to 3 inches in the game, shot to shot to shot. They're not, spraying the ball.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, especially these two-handers here. I mean, they've got youth. They don't have as many years of experience on the lanes as, well, Phil, I'm going to say bluntly, you and me, the older folks around here. But when you watch them get up there, both of these players, they get their feet set. They know what they're trying to do. They're looking at a target. They get to the foul line. They stick it. They've got poise. What a great shot that was.
I'll tell you what. You watch both these young players post their shots and just hold the pose. I mean, Randisi's getting to the foul line, accelerating through. Same thing with Murray. She gets to the foul line, accelerates through. There's no tentativeness on these shots for these players. They know how important generating the ball speed is with the lower part of their body and then being able to hold that athletic pose all the way through. It's incredible.
It is pretty amazing.
I mean, Randisi, once he gets a little bit older and his head quiets down even more, boy, he's going to be dangerous because you just watch a little bit of that head whip at the bottom to help generate speed. But by that time, the ball's almost out of his hand.
Yeah. But that's what he knows right now. So he plays within his own body, and if he wants to try to get a little bit more on it right now, that's the way physically he's going to come through it to try to allow that or make that to happen.
Yeah, a little stare down at the spare.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, okay, I made the 4-7-10 last time. This time I just got that pesky 4-pin. Shouldn't have been standing after the first ball. That's what he's saying.
Right. When you take the scenic route, your spare, sometimes it can get a little interesting.
Yep. Nice easy pass from Miss Ellie there.
Oh, the one good news is ball weight will help her with the spare attempt. Hit the left side of the 2, and it's guaranteed to get to the 7.
If she gets any piece of that 2, it's going to get over there.
Look at that pose. Holds it nice.
Yep. Just like that. Most people are going to be like, well, I'm not sure. I got to shoot this. Why am I leaving another split? She just gets up there, casually picks up her plastic ball, and goes at it the way that she needed to.
So watch that ball peel. Ow! Thought that was going to hold pocket for her, and just that little bit of creep.
Yeah.
4-7.
Tiny bit. Still a really good pass, though.
Yeah.
Well, Phil, I'm going to let you go and finish this title match here.
Absolutely.
Spare from Miss Ellie, and I'm going to go. We've got 4 other
4 of the
divisions
are finishing
that
up.
we got to make sure that we get them underway, and then well, I will be back here, obviously, come the end of the 10th frame in this title match.
All right. I appreciate that, Parker. Thank you very much.
Thanks again.
There he is, the namesake of this event, Parker Bohn III. And Randisi in the beverage frame. Well, right now, he's just needing to worry about filling frames. You can feel it that you're half a game away from taking home the title. Problem is, you got to get through that half a game and not give any pins back to your opponent. And just keep filling frames for Nolan Randisi, and he's going to go home the U12 mixed champion for this 25th anniversary event of the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Classic. I'm so glad to be a part of it this year. Hope to be a part of it for many years to come. I know the parents enjoy having people that can't make it to watch their sons and daughters bowl on the live stream. Thanks to all of you that have joined us all weekend long. If you're some of the first timers joining us for the weekend, between matches in here, stay on the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament page, as you can bounce around from pair to pair. We have all the pairs that match play is going on with in the main bay at Howell Lanes. We have that going on for you. Will he get them all? Yes, he will. Well, it's not over yet for Ellie Kate. I mean, yeah, there's a big hill to climb, and it's going to take stringing a lot of strikes. She does have a maximum right now of 232. That ball, boy, it's just either a little bit too much, and that's the benchmark. It's a little bit too much or a little less than necessary. And I know it can get a little frustrating when you go over a game without all 10 going down on the first shot. Great cover on the bucket by Ellie Kate. And regardless of the outcome here of game 2, coming in the U12 mix and beating up on a lot of the boys, that's something that she should be very, very proud of. And I see a humongous amount of potential in this young talent. Yeah, that one she just kind of Lost it on the bottom. You can still lose it on the bottom as a two-hander. You get that front hand clearing a little too quick, and the ball just kind of takes off on you. Quality cover by Ellie Kate. I'm looking forward to seeing her back for the 2025 edition of this event. Watching Nolan Randisi come back. I'm not sure Nolan's age, but I don't think he'd age out of the U12 group yet. It's been fun watching these young players give it their all on the lanes all weekend long. I don't want to say it's victory lap time for Nolan, but it's getting pretty darn close. See, he's taking a peek up at the scoreboard. He knows he's up by over 60 in the match. And that needs to hold on. Well, that'll bring the focus back in a little bit more after chucking one away. Randisi, though, even with a strike by Ellie Kate Murray in the 8th frame, still going to be up by over 50 in the match with 3 frames to go. That's the way to bounce back. You make the mental error. You take an extra second or two to be gathered up. Take the focus in and pretty much lock up your victory now. If Ellie Kate Murray can find something here these last 3 frames, she can still get to 205. It's that. Yeah, and then that ball just, boy. I'm not sure if she's hitting a little bit of carry down that Randisi's created. What may be happening here, but I mean, sometimes we know those are your thing. Ooh. Yeah, she bounced right back up. She's okay. Yeah, we just worry about the physical pain going away. Right away. Yeah, just a little bit of the frustration building in as well. Pop one off here. Roll it. No. And it's done. Victory lap for Randisi. Yeah, even with the Big Four right now, this title match no longer in doubt. So we'll have some checks to give on the scholarship side of the equation. As Nolan Randisi. There it is. Put it up on the screen. Put it up in lights. Randisi, your U12 mixed champion. For this 25th anniversary Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Hey, there's our champ. Let's get him back in focus here. Yeah, you see the big exhale right there. Let's see a smile. There you go. There's a little bit of a smile. He's finally giving himself permission to enjoy the win. There's the way you want to finish. 10 back 151 for a 322 total.
Randisi.
Tell you what, keep your eyes open for this young lady for many, many years to come. No doubt. You're going to see her in a lot of tournament finals.
How about a nice hand for Ellie Kate Murray finishing second. Runner up first. Okay. All right, our runner-up finishing second place and earning $275 in scholarship, and this beautiful pin that Miss Leslie has. How about a nice hand for Ellie Kate Marie? Way to go, dear. Here, you know what? How about we do that? Very nice, Ellie. And our champion, U12 division winner. Well, he's standing up tall. He's trying to catch up to his sister, although I think she went easy on him this weekend. But how about a nice hand for our champion, U12, Nolan Randisi, the $500 check, and of course the champion ball. I'm going to make that one out to somebody else, no?
Parker Bohn?
I'll take it.
Perfect. We got a couple of people that'll take it.
Well, I can drill this, right? Since he has a serial number.
Ask me a question.
Oh, you can drill it if you want. I don't know if it's going to roll for you very good. Looks like it's a little light.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll use it as a spare ball. Makes it
Use it
better.
as a spare ball. There you go. Good. Maybe you'll be able to get it go straight. But you look like you do pretty good getting your ball to go straight if you need to. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anybody you want to thank out here? Like mom, dad?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, Coach Dave right there, and my pro shop owner.
Good.
And my sister.
Well, good. I'm proud of you for doing all that. Way to go there. There he is. Champion check.
All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the end of our championships today for the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. This 25th anniversary edition is going to roll on shortly, and it's going to roll on with our U15 Girls Championship. Now, we don't have a set time frame for these championships, so the best thing to do is set your notifications when something comes on the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament YouTube channel, and you'll get notified on your mobile device or in your email that will be going live with that U15 Girls Championship. And if you can't catch them live today, please come back, watch the replays, and we'll be able to have you view all 5 of our winners as we go through the day. So appreciate you joining us for our U12 Mixed. Nolan Randisi, your champion. Ellie Kate Murray, your well-deserved runner-up. And we'll be back with that U15 Girls Championship in, I'm guessing, about an hour. So keep an eye on your PB3 Scholarship Tournament YouTube channel for that. We'll see you back here shortly.